Hello, members, one and all of the Salivation Nation, with a little impromptu live broadcast on this Martin Luther King Day. Just touching base, just checking in, just seeing what's going on, just seeing what's happening. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You get where I'm coming from? Oh, yeah. So we're just here. We're just going to interact. I actually am relatively caught up with the comments. So we're just going to interact with the viewers that pop in and just have a little talk, just little fun times here. Maybe we'll discuss whatever you guys have to say. Mostly Outdoors was the first to join us here. And yes, on this live Monday broadcast, Abby Silverstack is here. We even have Silver Hunter 2013, who was almost second. Very good to see you, my friend. All right, very good. Nice. I think even though it's second or third, it's the first time we've seen him. Tricky Guy's here. Hey, Sheffield is in the house. Stephen Heath is here. Slacker Stacker is here. Hello to you, sir. Afternoon, Billy's Brew. Keystone Stacker. Yes, we're doing well tonight. Keystone Stacker, thank you. And yes, another chilly night indeed. Barbara Carbone says exactly right. Numismatic Okie is here, coming to you live from frozen northern Oklahoma. 'Tis I, the Okie. Oh, yes, indeed. And 2000 is coming to us live from Tehran, Iran. So we have quite a mixture of folks coming in here. Very good. Is it Mike Shah or Mike's Huh? It says, hey, Sal. And very good. Yes. Thank you, Abby Silverstack. Things are, at least it's not a crisis situation with the family. However, there is still some issues for sure that are waning and will probably involve some time away. But anyways, Nancy Gomez is here, is at work but can't watch along, but we're glad to have you. John Hartley is here. And so everything is okay. Sort of the where it stands with the family situation is it's not as much of a crisis, but it still is inevitably probably not going to be good in the midterm. Yeah, it's yes, Numismatic Okie. I posted a video a couple of days ago that I was going to be gone for a while. I was expecting to be gone longer than I was due to a family medical emergency. But it turns out that the emergency was not as dire once after being there at the hospital. But it's a little bit better than it was, but it's still not going to be, we shall see what happens. But anyways, yeah. But so it's one of those things where just kind of got to play it by ear. It's a touch and go, so to speak. But anyways, Cointelligence is here. Hello. Might purchase a dateless Buffalo Nickels for 14 a piece to knack a date and resell at 25 cents a piece. Is that a good deal? Well, yeah, anytime you can make a little bit of money on some Buffalo Nickels, by all means, I say go for it. If you have a buyer at 25 cents a piece and you can buy them for 14 cents a piece, that's good. If you're buying a whole lot of them and you have a reseller, that's wonderful. So yes, indeed. And thank you, Nancy, for the prayers. I think the prayers are certainly helping, so certainly appreciate that. And thank you, 2000. 30 in 3 minutes. Very good. That's nice. Thanks, Tricky Guy. And so, yeah, this is just a live broadcast. We're not going to read comments right now. We're just going to interact with you guys on the chat side. So there you go. Hello, Pat McCrotch. Good to see you. All right. Okay, very good. Indeed. Nice. And Coins A to Z is here, sending greetings to all the Salivation Nation members. I appreciate those greetings. Coins A to Z is a great guy, and he's dealing with some issues with his family too. So keep him in your prayers as well. Thank you for sure. Lincoln Central Coins is here. Hello to you. With the Lincoln Cent as his avatar. Stan the Penny Hunter Smith, who, by the way, anybody who is in the sense, who has good sense, check out Stan the Penny Hunter Smith. He knows his stuff about Lincoln cents or any pennies, cents and pennies around the world. I think he's That's his forte, his collecting ability. Slacker Stacker is still with us. Very good, Slacker Stacker. If y'all haven't had a chance, you should really consider subscribing to Slacker Stacker's channel. A great guy, great channel, and very good, definitely, indeed. And thank you, Barbara, for this continued prayers. So, otherwise, let's see. With no agenda here, we're just here chilling out. Oh, I did get something from the hospital, though. Let me show you this. Yes, I did. Let me do this. Let me hold on. If I can get this. Oh, well, you know what? I don't know if I can. I might break this. I don't even know. You know what? These have got it. This is crazy. I don't know if I can do this. Hold on a minute here. Wow. You hear that? Can y'all hear this? Let's hear. Yes, Nancy, definitely keep Ravenhawk in your prayers. He's not posted in a while, but I hope he is comfortable at least. I just can't imagine going through what he's going through. That's Junius Maltby. Can you hear the? And by the way, for those, most of you probably are already subscribed, but if you haven't subscribed to Junius Maltby's channel, I need to check his latest video. He posted about gold possibly going up to 2,000. I need to check that video out. Yes. Hold on a minute here. All right. All right. This is as best I can do. Let me see if I can get this to work here. Hold on a minute here. Okay. Yep. This is from the hospital. I stole one of these gloves from the thing. There's a whole bunch of them. So they didn't mind. This thing is weird fitting. I'm not used to wearing gloves like Silver Hustle 13. Anyways, let me turn this off. All right, very good. Okay, all right, here we are. All right. It smells weird too. All right, let's see here. Okay, let's see here. So, okay, yes, Junius Maltby, catch you up. How I'm doing all right, Junius. Ravenhawk, he had something called GBS. I forget the name of it, but it is a nerve disease that is a bacteria or virus that attacks. And some speculate that it could be from coin roll hunting, among other things. And if you check out his channel, he's posted up on his channel some updates, short videos that kind of explains it. He actually did a video explaining the disease, and it's a nasty thing. It is curable, but it gets worse before it gets better type of deal. And so he's kind of really hurting, kind of suffering there. Stephen, he says, I'm not religious, Sal, but if my prayers help, then you have them. You know what, Stephen? Your prayers might just work wonders. You'd be surprised. I really would covet your prayers, man, even if you're not religious. And you know what? Here's the thing. I'm not religious either, Stephen Heath. That's right. Because I don't believe in religion. I believe in I would consider it more of a relationship than a religion with God. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Very good. Let me get so let's see here. Okay. There's Guillain-Barré syndrome. Guillain-Barré. Thank you, Junius. That's it. Exactly. That's right, Numismatic. Okay, you got it. That's exactly right. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay. It's a rare disorder in which your body's immune system attacks. Your nerves, weakness, and tingling in extremities are usually the first symptoms. These sensations can quickly spread, eventually paralyzing your whole body. That's right. And it's different for different people. That's right. Yes, thank you. Yes, very good. All right. Yeah, so praying that he will get better soon, at least get through the hump of the worst of it. 75% die of this? I didn't know. Oh, 7.5. Oh, yeah, that's a 7.5%. Yeah, that decimal point, that scares me there. Yeah, all right. Flu shots may cause it as well, Poppy Stuff says. Wow, yeah. I was gracious and provided GBS facts here. Yeah, I think you're just doing the troll. Why are you still here? I'm going to put him in timeout. And I did that just because I wanted to, Frederick. A little bit of the decimal points matters, that's for sure. Not sure if it's true. Well, he mentioned that there's a chance. He didn't say for sure, but it could have possibly be related to the coin roll hunting. Is washing wash your hands before you do coin roll. And I remember seeing a Raven video where he showed his hands and they were pretty dirty. You know what I'm saying? Redshift is here. Corn Stacker, yes, Corn Stacker G. Hey, Corn Stacker G is here. Corn Stacker G. I watched your video and I was like, oh, I can't wait to comment. And like, oops, he's disabled comments. Yes, indeed. All right. We're all going for a ride. Yes, these are fun live chats. Ethereum and Litecoin are going crap. Yeah, Junius is, and by the way, Junius. Hey, Junius, do you want to, are you available? Do you want to swing in here for a second, Junius? We can have Junius in here too. Let's have Junius if he's in here, if he's cool with it. If not, I know it's kind of last minute. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, very cool. All right, let me do this. And see, Junius will show up. Crown Collector won't. I'll send one to Crown Collector too. I'm gonna send a link to Crown Collector. All right, here's Crown Collector. Crown Flake. All right. Invite. Well, we'll have a debate here with him. All right, here we go. So we'll send one to Crown Flake. All right, let's see here. All right, very good. Friend.
How you doing?
All right. Yes, sir. Junius Maltby. And yes, I still need to watch our last video. Everyone check out his latest video. And but yes, good to see you, my friend. We're just here, just chilling out, and appreciate you coming in here. And yeah. So what's new with you?
Oh, not much. Just been keeping on.
Keeping on. Yeah, same here. I know what you mean. Keeping on. I recorded a scam call today. Yeah, it was kind of fun. I'll upload that one maybe tomorrow. But I didn't feel like it was on my game as much. But I don't know. But it was fun. Yeah, I know you're right, Corn Stacker G. Clown Fake won't come on here. I call him Clown Fake now.
Yeah, I missed your last scam video. I like those. Those are always fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Something a little different, It's
you do a good job. It reminds me of the old Jerky Boys.
Yeah, that's right, the Jerky Boys. I remember those guys are sort of an inspiration for him too. I'm not. I try not to get quite as rude as.
Oh yeah, I remember the old. What is it? The Saul Rosenberg was my favorite.
Yes, hello, thank you. Can I bring my shoes and glasses with me? Yes, thank you.
Oh, hi. Yeah, it was classic.
Yeah. Numismatic Okie wants to join. All right, I don't know if I have the way I can do this is with email. Let me see if I can put it in here. Sometimes it works in here, sometimes it doesn't. We'll try that. We'll try that if you want to join in. Numismatic Okie.
Okay.
Yeah. So Junius, yes, indeed. So what do you think about the? Well, I don't want to give away too because I haven't watched it yet, and I don't want you to. You may just want us to watch that video, but just overall, in a sense, with the economy and everything, what are you thinking? I mean, the stock market's high. It keeps breaking records, it seems, and so what do you?
Well, I was talking to a buddy who's pretty entrenched with the oil industry, and we talk a lot about this stuff. It's one of the topics we both enjoy. And he's more bullish than even I am with especially gold. He's a big gold guy too. He does stack some silver, but he's always heavy in gold. And he believes, he studies charts a lot more and puts a lot more faith into charts than I do. Because I always tend to believe, charts can be doing one thing, and then you wake up the next morning and a news event took place, which throws everything previously moving that chart into the wind. So he thinks based on what oil's doing, what the dollar's doing, he takes all that data and he really believes that we could see. He didn't, I don't know what his percentage he believes it is, but he really believes that we'll see $2,000 gold possibly in the next year, and that's just his opinion. I don't know. I don't think it's. I don't want to say it's impossible, but we've seen earlier calls of 1750 if gold broke 1350 as it continues momentum. But that's if you buy into all that chart stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing with the charts. It's there's so much technical aspects and so many different things to consider. It almost, in a way, that's why I don't really get into it, because it's like there's so many different things and certain levels that can push and pull it in different directions. So many different factors. The video I posted the other day about why gold and silver are climbing along with the stock market. I basically overviewed an article that talked about it, and it really didn't touch a whole lot about the dollar index, but that obviously plays a part. It's obvious that the dollar is going to have a strong play as to where gold and silver goes, but there's other factors too. But people kept mentioning that in the comment sections about the dollar.
Oh. Yep, that's true. The dollar's been doing. It's below 90. It's at a 3-year low now. So
yeah.
I look at the chart for it, and I think, just based on what you and I know is true, I just think the dollar ultimately has only one direction it can go, unless there's a ton of manipulation, of course, which there always is. But you know where it's going. I know where it's going. Everybody in the comments knows where it's going. My
only thing is because I look at like this tax cut, and and the way that it's. Because what's happening is these companies are going to be, because with quantitative easing 2 and 3, a lot of that money went overseas.
Yep.
And a lot of companies have money overseas as well, because they are essentially, they're avoiding the big taxes that are over here. And so they're investing in those. So now we may repatriate some of those dollars. And the fear is that if there's a repatriation of those dollars that were essentially created out of thin air, then that's going to cause massive inflation. So the question is what kind of dollars are going to be coming back? If they come back for good reasons, such as repatriation of money being injected into the American economy as real dollars, is it going to help or is it going to hurt? And that kind of thing. Typically, it would.
I think that would cause inflation for sure.
Yeah,
think about all those dollars now circulating and competing. Yep. All of them are going to be competing for a small amount of silver, a small amount of gold, and we know that that's where a lot of it. That's where a lot of it's going to go. Those corporations are going to bring it back. They're going to want to gamble, and they're going to put it into different asset classes. Some of it's going to find its way probably into ETFs or something. Right. Ultimately, it's going to compete for metals, it's going to compete for other things, and it's going to drive prices up.
Yeah, so it seems like that, let's say there wasn't quantitative easing, if it never happened, and this tax cut still went through, and then you had the repatriation of dollars, it probably would still occur in some ways, wouldn't
it? Have you seen, real quick, I just saw it pop up in the news today, you never know how much you can trust this footage. There was a footage of, what is it called now? Salvation Army or Red Cross. That's right. It was a Red Cross place. And they had these huge crates and boxes. And there was an individual opening them up, showing that every box was full of U.S. cash.
Wow.
For emerging. I'm going to look for it, and I'll try to find a link. You might even be able to find it and then put it as part of the live scene. But there's an actual video clip of this. And it looks like, it could be hundreds of millions, it could be billions. I don't get the full scope of the room, but It looks like information or footage that could have been leaked that wasn't intended to be made public, and it's a significant amount of cash.
Let's see here.
And it just look up Red Cross. I'm doing the same thing. Red Cross US dollars cash. I'm gonna see if it comes up.
Yeah, I'm looking too. Let's see here.
Leaked. Maybe I'll put that word in there. Leaked. It's always good to see leaked.
Right.
I just saw it today earlier, and I watched a little bit of it, and I'm looking for it now. Somebody in the comments might even have a good lead on this.
US dollar Red Cross crates, maybe? Is it
yeah. And I mean,
something of cash found.
Let's see.
Red Cross.
No, where is it? It's funny how these things pop up and then you don't know where to find them again.
Right. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Wow.
Great.
And of course, Google being what it is, are going to suppress.
Oh, yeah. They'll hide it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll try. I mean, it was a.
Well, anyways, yeah, that's crazy. It's
oh, here we go. Here we go.
Did you find it?
I found it. There's a YouTube video. Mike Tokes. Wow. Here we go. I got a link. I'll try to send it to you in the live. It's trends map. It looks like it's trending. So I'm getting it. It was looked like it was on Twitter even. And the guy CC'd the Justice Department, the FBI, DHS, and Donald Trump.
Wow.
So here we go. Let me just send you this. I don't know. Am I allowed to post a link in the comments?
You can post it here on the side, on the inside the chat.
Let me find that. How do I do? Okay, here we go.
Little.
Send that there. It's in the.
What I'll do is I will post this, or I'll just kind of screen share this thing here. Let me see here.
Yeah, you might even be able to show his video.
Yeah, the only thing about that is they may. Let me see here.
If it's a Twitter, it was a Twitter video that he shared.
Let's see. Mike Tokes. Video surfaces on showing at least 2 rooms stacked with a red cross. So let me see. Let me present this to everybody. Okay, here we go. So now you're seeing it. And well, rooms stacked with Red Cross crates filled with what appears to be U.S. cash, $100 bills. And yeah, this is a.
Yeah, I don't think you'd have a problem playing that since he's tweeted it everywhere. It's public. I don't even think it's his video. So now you're just showing his Twitter feed.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at them They open the crates. Now look at that.
Wow, look at all that.
Just full. All of those crates, all those boxes are full of $100 bills. You know this is for some emergency relief somewhere or something.
Right.
They just print it off. It's like, boom, here you go. Here's a big box full of Monopoly money.
Paul, let me hold on a second here. Look at those notes. Some of them are older notes. Most of them are older notes.
Yeah. We're breaking news. This is live. This is some secret stuff, dude. This is, I guarantee this isn't even on the mainstream yet. Like this just broke earlier today.
Look at the writing on top. Is that Arabic on the top of that box there?
I don't know.
Let me see here.
Do some investigative journalism. Enhance. Here, I'll do it on my keyboard. Enhance.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, like on this is what do you call it?
Yeah. Or
Jason Bourne type stuff.
Enhance. Yeah. Now you can get the reflections off the wrap there, and you'll find the guy's face that's actually.
There you go. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a lot of money. That's a big room. There's a lot of cash.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Sure is. That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Money of slaves.
Yep. Exactly. That's crazy. That's crazy. Well, and that's just it. It's one of those things where, by the way, Numismatic Okie, did you get my link? I emailed it to you. But yeah, it's absolutely, it's crazy what's going on. And that's only half of what we know.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Let me try to send this to Numismatic Okie again, because he wanted in here. Let's see here. Numismatic Okie. Yes, that did go to you. Yep, it's there. Let's see here. But maybe shoot. All right. Here we go. Okay. Very good. Very good. Let's see here. Anyways, yes, but the thing I wonder too is because yes, inflation is going to happen, and I know there's different factors for inflation, but I wonder if with the natural tendency for with the goods and services and stuff that are sold and bought, where there's going to be inflation for some reason or another. But when you have a tax cut and you repatriate all these dollars, and they're real dollars, in other words, they're working dollars that are part of the economy that actually make America work rather than just printed out of thin air.
Mm-hmm.
And you may have a short-term inflation, but in time it could even itself out. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
depends on how fast they dump it into the market.
Right. Yeah. There's Numismatic Okie. He's joined us.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries. Yes. Yes, I guess it just does depend on how quickly it goes in the market. But then you have all this money that was printed and sent overseas. In fact, the article we just saw and the Twitter feed we just saw could be a part of that, of what was printed out by the Federal Reserve from a while ago. And really, for all intents and purposes, the quantitative tightening that's going on now does not mean that they've stopped printing money, by the way.
No. No, what is the market cap? You always see different numbers for the market cap of the U.S. dollar, and then it's hard to find out how many are in circulation as opposed to locked up in banks and how many are being loaned out. But with it's hard to even be able to figure it all out with fractional reserve banking the way it's done. Yeah, I don't know how they get an accurate assessment of dollars in circulation these days with just all the fuzzy numbers that occur. And
right.
It's all fake anyway.
It is. I mean, a bank can loan out as much money as they want. They just create loans and you pay them interest, and they don't need reserves. I mean, we saw that
ones and zeros. None of it matters.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
We saw the stress tests back during the height of the economic crisis, and everyone was talking about it. You remember, I used to Google it every day. I'd look up FDIC, for banks that were getting shut down with the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. And it was every Friday. They were doing it on Fridays. And you could go on there anywhere from 2009 to 2013, 14, really. If you went on there and Googled that on a Friday night, you'd see a list of banks that had been shuttered, absorbed, taken over. And that'll happen again. I'm sure of it.
Yes. And I remember reading about one of the stress tests as well. And it was kind of towards the end of it, they talked about how things were kind of better, so to speak. And,
okay.
But it was, I forget, I think I even did a video about it where the Federal Reserve reported about their stress testing. And, but I haven't looked at that for quite a while.
Yeah, the Fed. Oh, the Fed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Let's see what they come up with this year.
Well, and that's the thing. And people talk about if we were to revert back to a gold standard, or actually what I had supported was a rules-backed monetary system where you had maybe some checks and balances in different aspects where gold could be a part of it.
Yes.
And because I think if you had a pure gold standard, which I think we did at one time, it got corrupted as well. And
there's got to be there has to be honesty and inspections. I mean, humans are just fallible, evil,
exactly.
Greedy,
that's
creatures.
kind of what was leading to it. That's exactly right. Yep.
There's what it is. There's just a bunch of every single one of us, and we're all a bunch of golems, and the precious is there, and we're all fighting and scrambling and trying to kill each other over it.
Yes.
And there's really, there's just no goodness left, I guess. There never has been, really. That's why we have to have checks and balances, and you have to have, I think, inspections of vaults. You have to have assayers. There has to be punishment for crimes of diluting currencies, and we've talked about that. In the Coinage Act,
yep.
It was death by hanging, man. If you got caught diluting the U.S. coinage,
yep,
you were done.
It's very serious.
Very
what was it? To counterfeit is death. They used to put on their notes.
Yeah, and I remember, and if you look up the actual the U.S. Coinage Act 1792, I mean, it has the death penalty in there.
Right.
For they would if the coinage purity came into question. It's an interesting idea to entertain. I mean, I think that back then they knew what would happen. They knew the consequences of diluting currency because they'd been through it. So it was a pretty serious offense. Nowadays, no one cares.
Right, exactly. And there's so much power concentrated, and they just let it go, and it's they have the power to do it, so they do it. Damn the consequences.
Mm-hmm. I've grown more cynical, though. I don't know if people today, but obviously the viewership, you and a lot of the individuals that hang out on our channels, they get it. It's pretty clear.
Yep.
Think of what a minority we are. I mean, me and you, we don't create very good content. I mean, you do. I mean, we're boring, though. I'm the most boring channel on YouTube. You're more entertaining.
Nah, man, that's me.
I need to work on it.
Yeah, no, I know, believe you me, even one of my biggest trolls has complimented you, Junius.
Oh, who's that, Alan?
No, Crown Collector. He's actually more persistent. He'll spend paragraphs and paragraphs. I've actually invited him several times to come on here and debate me. But even he's complimented you. But yeah, no, you've got a great channel, and I know you joke and jest about being the most boring.
What I'm saying is, like, our views. Look at our views, though. We'll get. I think at most sometimes, on a one that gets trendy or whatever, just because of the title of the news of the day, it might get a lot of views. But you look at the overall content on YouTube, people kicking each other in the junk or stepping in dog poop, and
right.
100 billion views. I don't think most people, or the major portion of the population, really cares about this material, cares about sound money, cares about anything. I mean,
that's right.
Of consequence like that. And it's going to be real hard the momentum has gone so far in one direction. In order to turn it, make the pendulum swing the other way, it's going to require more energy, more momentum and time and education and effort than I'm capable, you're capable, or any of us are capable of. And I kind of lose hope in that way. I mean, I just don't see this coming or anything getting to a point where it's going to work and where we're ever going to transact in mediums of exchange that have any real value again, unless it's covertly, like it's, me and you, for example, saying, "Hey, Sal, I'd like to buy one of your kittens." And you're like, "Oh, right. My kittens, are an ounce of silver each." And then I'll be like, "Okay, well, here's an ounce of silver for your kitten." And that's it. I mean, other than that, anything's going to be a violation of the law. We're going to be violating the Trading with the Enemy of the Act. We're going to be evading taxes. And, there's just no way around it, the statists.
I think one thing that I think it's one of those things where it just takes a crisis to wake the people up. And I think that's kind of what happened in 2011 and 12, because it was then, and honestly, because you and I have been interested in it for quite a while. I showed a lot of interest since the 90s, but especially around 2008 when the financial crisis first hit here, where I was really searching it out in other avenues online. And so in doing such, I found that there was some people kind of waking up. I found YouTube videos. I watched YouTube behind the scenes for quite a while before making a video, and I'm sure you did too, Junius. But, but it's one of those things where once the price really started to go up and people were talking about it in other circles, people like, okay, this silver thing, this gold thing. And I think that's going to happen again. And I think we're sort of seeing it. There's new light, even with the crypto craze that's out there. There's new light. Somebody commented on a video of mine, I think it was the other day, saying that people are becoming more interested in gold and silver because essentially the cryptos are trading up and down a little bit, but mostly sideways. There's no money to be made in them, really a whole lot as of right now. It seems like, in a sense, they've kind of leveled out,
Yeah.
And really, and again, and as you mentioned, I'm not against cryptocurrency by any means, but what's got people interested in it is the craze. It's just skyrocketed. It's going up. And I say for anybody who puts their money into it, as long as they understand the risk and reward, obviously, then go for it. But understand what you're putting your money into. Same thing with silver and gold. And I always tell people about the one message I got from somebody who in 2011 bought $100,000 worth of silver eagles, and then just lost like 40% of their money, and said, what am I going to do when I invested all this money into silver and I don't have anything to show for it these days? I had to sell it at a 40 to 50% loss. And I responded back to him and said, well, your first mistake was not understanding what silver is and that it's not an investment. That's the problem, is people look at it as an investment. And I tell them, that's not what silver and gold is. It's a protection against economic instability. And you should diversify and not look at it as something that's just going to make you a bunch of money.
Exactly. Metals are definitely a long-term holding, and you got to know the markets and explore it a little bit, see what it is, where it's going, where it's been. I touch on that a little bit in the video I did today, because it's so difficult to have conversations with people that don't understand the metals market when the only thing they ever repeat to you is things they've been told, all the little key points they have to check off. Right. Like, oh, if you bought gold in 1981, you're underwater, blah, 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 inflation, blah. You could have put it in the down, done this, you could have done that. And the shoulda, woulda, couldas, you always hear the shoulda. I don't like when people say shoulda, woulda, coulda about anything, because hindsight's 20/20. And the fact of the matter is, outside of the very, very small peak, like I don't know anybody who bought metals during the Hunt brothers cornering the market, or the time where gold spiked back in the early 80s. Myself, when I was younger, the majority of gold that I ever acquired, probably my largest position in gold, was all purchased under $300 an ounce.
Yeah.
I was fortunate, but I had to sell a bunch of that to go to school. And then after that, I was buying, anywhere 5, 6, and 7 range. But I think those days are over. Like I've said, you're never going to see it. In my opinion, this is just me. You're never going to see it under 1120, 1140 an ounce again, just due to costs and getting out of the ground and everything. But a lot of upside. I think there's a lot of upside to both metals now, and it's going to be interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, I think so, and I agree. And that's part of the nature of these precious metals, is they hold their value when it's all said and done. Yes, there may be some fluctuations, and a lot of that can be based off the economic conditions and psychology and the like. But just the production costs and the fact that I believe that we're past peak gold and probably past peak silver too, in production. And so I think from here on out, we're going to see, and I guess I'm a little bit more somewhat skeptical or maybe optimistic, depending on how you look at it. I guess I don't see it going below $1,000. That's kind of that's my floor, so to speak. But for gold, and I think silver, I think we're done with $15 silver too. I think those days are probably over, especially as demand increases for a lot of its industrial and biomedical uses. But
when I look at the gold charts and its history, though, I look at the big central bank purchases, and some of the biggest acquisitions of central bank gold took place over 1120. Right. And I think those guys entered that market knowing full well the reality of it. And then you look at current mining costs, even last year, 11. That's why I say 1100 is pretty much the floor. But check this out. I was just thinking this the other day, 2 points, because I want to get back. You were talking about how crypto and tying that in a little bit. Yeah. And one of the key points a lot of those guys make is uninflatable. They're really starting to create that conversation and get a more mainstream conversation. People that wouldn't really talk about inflation or money supply and how these things can't be inflated and such. It's creating that as like a frontline conversation, which is kind of good. I think that part of it's good.
Yes.
And the other thing is, I really truly believe. Look at the momentum. Look at the international move and run. The stampede towards crypto and Bitcoin. That I do believe is going to happen with metals in a way that's very similar. And imagine front page headline news every day, CNBC, all the financial outlets talking about it. And imagine 7 billion people chasing after metals, just like they're chasing after the crypto dream right now. That's when it's over. I think that's when you'll see unraveling of the system. That's when the short guys are going to get broke. That's when JP Morgan will get crushed with their positions. And that's when you'll see $10,000 gold, $500 silver.
Well, and see, but that's the thing. They say that the percentage of people in cryptocurrency is like less than 1%.
Oh yeah, the market cap's minute. It's minuscule. It's an infant stage. I mean, really, yeah, it's 700 billion total worldwide for all coins. So,
that's
still it's incipient stage still.
But my thing with the cryptos, and again, I have nothing against people who want, who have made money with them and have invested in them. More power to you. But my only fear with them is what's going to happen if more people do get involved in this blockchain technology, which is actually pretty archaic when you think about it, because of the amount of energy it takes. Because they have this new thing now called hash graph, which is infinitely better, faster, and can actually capture more transactions, not only in relation to transactions and ledgers, but also in relation to gaming, moves, entries, that type of thing. And so, and then what kind of cryptocurrencies will be built on top of that? And it hasn't even
it's a huge gamble, man. Yeah, the survivability of particular coins. I mean, the new ones coming out every other day. It's just, it gets to the point where you're like, how survivable is this or is that?
Right.
Well, ultimately, that's why I came up with, again, after talking to a very close friend of mine who's spent more time researching particular coins and companies than most people, that's why I bet on. And, people might hate for it, but that's okay. My little tiny minute exposure and gamble was towards XRP for the very reason that I do believe the banks will get a stranglehold and a grip on crypto and blockchain, and they will win because it's what they do. They win. They've been winning for 300 years. They've been winning since Waterloo.
See, I don't even know what XRP is. I think I've seen some videos too.
Yeah, it's the particular coin on the Ripple network. It's a long story, but the point of it is I believe they're going to win. I believe they're winning since Waterloo.
Here's the thing, too. The underlying technology, the Rocket Radio Show says, and also Coins A to Z says, and I agree with them completely, is that hash graph will be outdated, too. Something else will come along, some better network that would be done. Kalanic Stacker says that he would only invest in crypto if it was backed by Fortitude rounds.
There you go. There you go. Now, yeah, and whatever happens with any of it happens, and that's going to be the fun part. Is the metal guys? We've sat around and we're used to taking a beating, and most crypto people aren't. They're not used.
That's exactly right.
They're not used to a good old street pounding when it comes to getting bank manipulated.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's just it. That's just it. With when it's all said and done, no matter what crypto exchange or cryptocurrency ends up winning in the long run or is used infinitely, when it's all said and done, silver and gold are what they are. They'll never change. They may, you may have a coin that comes out that has a different design on it, but they're all made of silver. They're all made of gold. And you
can't reinvent gold.
Exactly. You can't reinvent gold. It's God's money. It's what it is. And I think I love that simplicity, to be honest with you. I like that. I can buy a coin, and I may even spend, Half Dollar One and I both collect the series of high relief elephants. And we pay
a gorgeous coin.
Yeah, they're gorgeous, and we pay a high premium for them. In fact, I'm waiting to see if they go down a little bit.
Yeah, you bend over for that coin, don't you?
Yeah, you bend over for it, but you know what? I buy it because I like it, and even if I go to resell it and I get less than half my money for it, I know that it will always be worth at least an ounce of silver, at the very least.
True.
And to have the enjoyment of actually having the coin, you know what I'm saying? And so, yes, you can overpay, and I've overpaid many times because I consider myself more of a collector than a stacker. But it's just one of those things, and I think that's what I like so much, and that's why I'm always going to be a gold silver guy for sure. But I agree with you, Junius. The crypto people aren't used to the beatings that we've been getting. As far as making smart financial decisions and the like. And
But one of the reasons for crypto's rise was the very lack of banks.
right.
So as the more and more banks get into it, it'll actually hurt the crypto market as a whole anyway, because that's one of the biggest draws is that it's decentralized currency.
Yes. Yep. And that's a very attractive portion of it, But unfortunately, things like Bitcoin and really even any of the ones that have just exploded in price is they're not being spent. They're because, you know what I mean? There's no real, you don't know what the value of it's going to be from one day to the next. I guess some folks are spending it on precious metals, which I think is awesome. That's what I would do if I was making a big bunch of gains on it. But by and large, people are holding it as an investment, as a commodity, you know what I mean? They're not using it for its intended use.
Yep.
Yeah. What's his name? Silver Slayer or Crypto Slayer?
Brother, I gotta get going. I gotta take a kid to a sport practice, so I gotta check out. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay. Hey, Jim, thanks for coming on such short notice. I appreciate it.
I wish I could stay longer, but I gotta go.
That's all right. You take care.
And you got my email. I'll text you later. And
okay.
See you later, bro.
All right. See you, man. Thanks. So what were you saying, Numismatic Okie?
I was watching, it was an older, I don't know, probably 6-month-old video now from Silver Slayer. I think he put it on his crypto channel because he has 2 channels now.
Right.
And he has a debit card that's linked to some of his cryptocurrency stuff to one of his wallets.
I've heard of that. Yeah.
And so there is a way to actually use it. I know he bought his car and a few other things pure with crypto.
Wow. That's cool. That's awesome. That I have heard of that. And, getting that stuff set up to be able to do that. And there's so many different exchanges and I saw one, in fact, Poppy Stuff mentioned Steemit. I had a Steemit account for a while. I can't even get my money out of it. I can't get my Steemit out of there.
No, you have to convert it to Bitcoin is the only way to get it out. And then you got to pay the Bitcoin fees to get rid of it.
And it would cost me so much to do that. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. And same thing with Coinbase. Their fees, if I wanted to invest money or take money out, they're going to take a pretty big fee out of there. And
GDAX is much cheaper, but at the same time, if you're doing Bitcoin, the fees are so ridiculous. The only one that's even worth it would be Dash or Ethereum or even Ripple now that Ripple's out.
Right.
Because the fees are so much lower. But I stay away from Bitcoin. I'm done with it.
Yeah. It's just crazy. It's crazy. And there's so many different things to learn and know about it. And I just don't have the time to really absorb it all. And even if you did, it's all still kind of a gamble,
Oh, it's all speculative. It's just like fiat. It's made up.
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
It's worth whatever someone else is willing to pay, and that's it.
That's exactly right. Very good. So how is life on the farm there?
Cold. It's been snowing all day.
Chilling like Bob Dylan in northern Oklahoma. Yes, indeed.
It is. Let me take a look. It was like 17 an hour ago. Let's see what it is now. It is still 17, so the clouds haven't moved all the way out yet. But by morning, it's going to be 4. So.
Right. Wow.
That's cold for Oklahoma.
Yeah, that is cold. That is pretty chilly for sure. Well, very good. Let's see here. Silver Wolverine, I'm chatting with Numismatic Okie. And I'm sorry, I've sort of missed some of the side chat. We've had a lot of people come in here. Oaksy's here, Red Phantom.
Julius was just here too, Wolverine.
Yeah, Junius Maltby was here. Yeah.
You're in the DC area, right?
What's that?
You're out by DC, right?
Yes, DC area. Yes, indeed.
I'll probably be in DC in the next few months for work. We'll have to hook up.
Oh, wow. Cool, man. Yeah. Colonic Stacker asked me if I play guitar, do I ever get into headfield stance? When I play guitar, I actually get into oh man.
We're bass players. We can't do headfield.
That's right. We can't do. That's why I say I get into oh my gosh, Robert Trujillo stance. Even when I hold a guitar, I get in a Robert Trujillo stance.
Yeah, that's a good stance. You play mostly metal though, right?
Yeah, mostly metal is my game. What's your style? What do you like to play?
Christian and country because I play at church. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I do too. Actually, I play bass at church.
I just played last night. So.
Nice. I played yesterday. Yesterday I played in the morning.
Yeah, I played the youth last night.
Oh, cool. Nice. So you do like David Crowder and Casting Crowns and all that stuff, and
we do a lot of Hillsong.
Hillsong, very cool, very cool.
Hillsong, and then like Young and Free and
Chris Tomlin.
Yep. That one starts with an M. I can't remember. It's just a one-word name for the band. I can't remember their name right now, but they do a lot of other stuff we do too.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Nice. Oh yeah,
a lot of 5-string.
What's that? You bought a 5-string? Yeah, that's what I got.
No, I have my 5. We play a lot of 5-string at church.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I definitely implement a lot of 5-string stuff. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I'm selling my Fender.
Little low stuff there.
You guys get a true. No, I don't. I'm on stage at church. That probably wouldn't be the best.
To do what?
He asked, "Do we get a Trulio bass face on?" I can't do his face. I'm also full face bearded.
Nice, cool.
I got the Grizzly Adams beard going.
I hear you. Yeah, Trujillo bass face. Yeah. Where I'm at, we're in the background. We're not up.
Yeah.
Bass players typically are in the background. Hey, Silver Future's here. Very cool.
Oh, sweet. Look at that.
We've good to see him make an appearance. I know he's made a little update, but I'm glad he's back. Very good.
I've been working on my workshop, so I haven't really done any videos in a little bit.
Yeah. Let's see here. Serby says, cash is still king. What do you value precious metals by? They're dying by. Yeah, that's right. Well, and that's just it, Serby. Yeah. I mean, I'm not, obviously, there's something to be said about the full faith and credit of the governments from which that make the currency. I think what Junius and I think Numismatic Okie would agree is when the government just keeps printing it for trying to as a way to try to stimulate the economy. I just don't agree with that. To just printing it like it's going on a style.
No, you devalue it.
Yeah, you devalue it. That's where the problem is. But I do agree, Serby. There's no question that cash is really still king in a way. I mean, it's how we do our transactions. But when it's all said and done, which would you, in my opinion, if I had to choose between which one I would have to preserve my wealth, it's not going to be the dollar. It's going to be precious metals.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
As long as you go into it knowing that it's not an investment.
Right. Exactly. That's kind of how I look at it. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, there are opportunities. Like I got 4 of those.
Night Poppy stuff. Sorry.
Yeah,
I missed you guys in the side chat. Good night.
I bought 4 of those Kookaburra with the panda privies, and they only minted 8,000 of them. So they sold out quick, and they've really appreciated. So I have a flip opportunity there, but I'm not really in a hurry to do it either.
Right. Yeah, and I very rarely buy for the flip. I just buy because I like. Like I remember I got the Gods of Olympus coins back in 2014, and they appreciated greatly. And people were telling me you should sell those, and I'm like, well, but I like them, So I mean, I don't want to sell them. At least at the time I didn't. I may want to sell them here pretty soon, but they've gone down a bit. Actually, they've gone down substantially.
Yeah, but you'll still make on them. I mean, their premium's still pretty high on those.
Yeah, probably would still make some money on them, but that's not my overall purpose in buying precious metals, collectibles. It's essentially because I enjoy them.
Coin A to Z, yeah, you're right. If the money's not in circulation, it doesn't affect the value. It just sits.
Yes, that's right, Coins A to Z. In fact, that's one of the arguments as to why quantitative easing 2 and 3 especially essentially worked, because a lot of that money went to Europe and other parts of the world. So it really wasn't put into circulation here in the U.S. The fear is that from the tax cut, some of these companies are going to be repatriating some dollars. Now, I don't know where those dollars went. I don't know if they went. Obviously, they didn't go to those companies. So they didn't. If they didn't go to those companies, where do they go around the world, and who was benefiting from them? But the problem is that when those dollars come back to the U.S. From the tax cuts, and a lot of these companies realize, okay, the corporate tax rate's going down to 21%, as an example, then they're going to bringing their money back here. That's going to be an infusion of cash, and then it will be.
I really don't think it's coming back, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the hope, is that it will come back. Will it come back? I don't know.
I don't think it will, and I don't think it's going to matter, because the way they wrote the tax code, they're going to pay the tax on that money no matter what, and then moving forward, it's territorial. So they're going to pay whatever that percentage was to the federal government, whether they bring the money back or not.
Okay, right. Okay, so in other words, there's no loopholes for being overseas.
No, Gary Cohn said that a couple weeks ago on Varney in the Morning on Fox Business.
Okay,
they're going to pay it back. We don't have to incentivize them to bring it back. It's either you bring it back or you pay the tax anyway.
Right. Okay. Wow.
So if they can leave it over there and still borrow here at 1%, it's still cheaper.
Right.
So they may not bring it back. They may just leave it over there, and they may put it to work there.
Right. Okay. I see. Yeah. Wow. Interesting.
But we'll see what they do. I really don't expect too many of those companies to bring it back. I really don't. Not when they can borrow at 1%.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yes, indeed. Because part of the reason why I thought they may is because it may be more expensive to operate overseas than here. And especially if they have to pay it over there where there was a loophole before, then it may be more financially beneficial just to move operations back to the U.S., but I don't know.
There are some companies that are doing that.
Yeah. D-Wings World, take it easy, my friend. Appreciate you coming by and listening.
Oh, sweet. Didn't even see him. Sorry.
Did you hear that?
Bless.
Yeah, that was a sneeze. And I injected that in my last video. And I didn't edit it out. I left it in there because that helped me get views. I think sneezes always help get views.
Yeah, you got to keep it real.
That's the whole reason why I put it in this live stream, is for views.
Remember the old stuff from Chappelle's show, when keeping it real goes wrong.
Keeping it real, yo. That's right. Exactly. Oh, yeah. Thank you for the blesses, by the way.
Yes, sir. Oh, everyone's typing it, too.
Everybody's typing it. Yes, indeed.
I see it.
I'm allergic to central bankers, Colonic Stacker says.
Nice.
Sal's illegal.
Rick and Morty.
Sparrow Godchild, good to see you.
That's an
Brian Grant, we're seeing some new folks come in here. Leaves out the flash.
Leaves out the flash. Yeah. No, you gotta leave that in. Uh-oh, there's a cat that wants out of the room.
Oh, I heard that cat. Yeah.
That's my cat. He's like a dog in a cat uniform.
Wow. Oh, man.
He's a funny cat. He doesn't like people. All he wants is his regular old cat food. He don't even want tuna.
Wow.
Weird cat.
That is a strange cat.
And if I lay down, he's next to me in like 5 seconds.
Oh, man. Wow. That's wild.
I rescued him.
It's amazing how different certain cats are, you know?
Yeah, we have 3 total, and the other 2 are just normal cats, like what you would expect, but not this one. He's different.
Tessa Cunningham is here. Hello, Tessa. Texman81. Cool.
Texman's here. Sweet.
Yeah. Got a good crowd in here.
But wonder how the Cowboys golf game is going. Hey, Tex.
Yeah. Yeah. Abby Silver Stack says, if you sell silver for dollars, spend those dollars right away on tangible goods. Yeah, unless you have to use them, unless you have to sell your silver to pay bills or something like that, which I always hate to hear, but some people have to, do that. There was one car dealer in my area years and years ago, literally back when I was probably in high school or college, that was actually accepting Morgan silver dollars for payment for cars, used cars.
Wow.
I thought that was
you were in high school, so that would have been like the 60s.
That'd have been the 50s. That would have been the 50s. Yeah, exactly. Heck yeah.
I'm a Reagan child, so
Nice, cool. Child of the '80s. You're around the Stranger Things era.
yeah, I was born in 1980, so I was actually born not long or a year before he was shot, almost to the day.
Yeah, wow, March 1980. Nice.
I was born in May. So
May, okay, so that just after, very
just a couple
cool.
months.
Yep, he was shot on March 31st, I think, 1980.
I'm thinking Hiroshima is what I'm thinking then, because Hiroshima is like right around my birthday.
Okay, right, yeah.
Man, dude, not Hiroshima, Mount St. Helens.
Oh yes, Mount St. Helens. Yes, that's right. Yeah, that was quite a big to do. That Mount St. Helens. Yeah.
I guess it went off a few years ago because now that's the date they're popping up. No. The 1980 May 18th. So it was right after I was born.
Okay, all right. That was a big celebration. That was done in celebration of the birth of Numismatic Okie. That was
way overdone.
Yeah, well, hey, there were no candles.
I let a lot of people down then.
Yeah, there you go.
God, when the heck did Ethereum jump up to $1,300?
Yeah, I know, that's crazy. It's about almost an ounce of gold worth for Ethereum.
That's $12.91 right now. That's insane.
It's gone down a little bit, and yeah,
it's down 5% today.
Wow, pretty crazy. Ooh, Tessa Cunningham heard it all the way up in Canada, Mount St. Helens. J3B Diggins is here. Stacking AG47 is here.
Missing the sitcoms from the 80s. I miss Night Court. I grew up on Night Court.
Night Court.
Yeah.
How about Mr. Belvedere? Anybody like Mr. Belvedere?
Yes.
Sledgehammer was my favorite all time. Let's see. Pilot Dude is here with 4 highs. Very good.
Is that Five Guys still in DC?
Five Guys. Yeah, Five Guys Burgers. Yeah.
Yeah, the one that's not far from DuPont?
I don't know. I haven't been down that way for a little while.
Oh, okay. That's the one I went to when I was
there. For those who send in coins for grading, do you prefer NGC or PCGS?
I personally send to NGC. That's who I'm a member of.
Yeah. I'm probably more of a PCGS guy, but
yeah.
But I don't really do graded coins.
I did that one a few months ago, and I've got like 2 more that I want to do, and it's mostly just for the experience of doing it. After that, I'll just buy them if I can,
Yeah.
It's expensive. I can get them so much cheaper already graded.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I do enjoy sending something off and getting it back to find out what it got.
Yes, indeed. I do too. That's for sure.
But I don't plan on doing too much of it. I think I've got 2 more sets, and I'll probably be done. Unless I find something really good that I just have to grade,
Yeah. Yep. No, I agree. Well, cool. Well, you know what, Numismatic Okie, I might actually try to exercise here, do a little elliptical thing, a jig, a bob, and a boogle. But so we're probably going to hang it up here. But hey, appreciate you coming on. It was fun.
Always, brother.
And appreciate all the viewers swinging by. This was just completely random, just fun little live stream here. Thought we'd do. And we may actually have a guest, try to get another guest coming on here, scheduled guest. This is kind of impromptu. And so we will do that at another date. But thank you very much, Numismatic Okie, and thanks to everyone else.
Always. Hey, Kalanick, in all fairness, that crocodile looked really good. He made a joke that a dead crocodile got a 70 from NGC.
Oh, yes. I tried. I actually did a video about that. It's funny, but I think that is what he was referring to. Yeah, it was crazy. That's crazy. Well, thanks you guys, Pilot Dude, and all you Silver Hounds, Coins A to Z, Cyber Curtain Twitcher, everybody. Appreciate all you guys coming by. And a multitude of gratitude to you all, and we will talk to you later. Take care.